Hello. We are now at the conclusion of Week 12 in the NFL. It turns out I was wrong on 4 of the games, but that's okay. 4 out of 13, not bad. Still not bad. I really didn't expect the Cowboys to come up and beat Washington the way they did, but I hate that they won, but I'm kind of glad that they did win the way they did because I made some money off of them. But it's all good. Now on to Week 13. Starting with the Bears versus the Lions. I'm gonna go with the Lions. I'm gonna go with the Lions on that one. They're due to lose another game, but I'm still gonna go with the Lions on that one. Next up, Giants versus the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys keep the winning streak going. I think they end up beating the Giants again. Not much to be said about that. Next up, Dolphins versus the Packers. Dolphins been playing pretty good, but so are the Packers. Even though they did just stomp out my Niners, but 49ers is too hurt, man. It breaks my heart. It really does. I really don't even see them making the playoffs this year. But hopefully next year we'll be regrouped and ready to go. Hopefully. But I'm going to give that game to the Packers. Next up, Raiders versus the Chiefs. Of course the Chiefs are going to win that one. They usually do against the Raiders. Every once in a while the Raiders get them, but I see the Chiefs winning that one. Next up, Texans versus the Jaguars. I'm going to give them to the Texans. Next up, Colts versus the Patriots. I really don't care about either one of those teams, but I'm going to give it to the Colts. Get to win that one. Next up, Chargers versus Falcons. Yeah, I'll give it to the Chargers. The Chargers have been playing better than the Falcons. I think the Chargers are a better team. No, I'm gonna give it to the Chargers. Next up, Seahawks versus the Jets. Seahawks all the way. Seahawks all the way on that one. Jets can't touch them. I'll put some points up, but Seahawks are gonna get them in the end. Aaron Rodgers is washed. Next up, Titans versus the Commanders. I was appalled by the way Washington played against the Cowboys, man. They really should have won that game. They really should have won that game, but I don't know, man. My gut feelings tell me to go with the Titans on that one. I think Washington still has some issues. So do the Titans, but my gut's telling, well, like I said, my gut is telling me Titans. Next up, Steelers versus the Bengals. I'm gonna say Steelers get that one in a close one. Sucks we're not gonna see the Bengals in the postseason this year, but it's all good. Maybe next year. Next up, Cardinals versus the Vikings. I'm gonna have to ride the Vikings on that one. I'm gonna have to give that to the Vikings. Next up, Rams versus Saints. I'm gonna go Rams on that one. Gonna go Rams. Next up, Buccaneers versus Panthers. I was very surprised that the Panthers put up as much of a fight as they did against the Chiefs last week. I'm still going to go with the Bucs. Now, one of the two games I've been looking forward to seeing this week. First up, Eagles versus the Ravens. That's going to be a good one. They both pretty much play the same kind of offense, pretty much. And pretty much got 4 MVP candidates off in that game. It's going to be a good one. I don't know, man. That's going to be a tough one, man. But in the end, man, I think the Eagles are going to end up beating the Ravens, honestly. It's going to be a tight one. It's going to be a very, very tight game. But I think the Eagles are going to beat the Ravens. And next up, my 49ers versus the Bills. Man, heck, I'd really be looking forward to that game if the 49ers were healthy. But man, I just don't see it happening. I think this game here is going to be the knockout blow for my Niners. It's really going to knock them out of playoff contention. And like I said, man, just too many injuries. I don't think they can hang with Buffalo right now. Not with the way they are. Not banged up the way they are. So I'm gonna give that to the Bills. And the last, Browns versus the Broncos. I'm gonna go Broncos on that one. I don't even really see it being close. But I do see the Broncos winning that one. But we'll find out. We'll find out Monday on how right I was. See you on the next week.